All right, you ready?
What's going on, everybody? Yo, we sorry for taking so long to make this video. We had a bunch of things to do. I had a family reunion. Tony had a wedding. Don't just blame it all on me, Tony.
2 weddings, actually.
Yeah, right.
2 weddings.
Yeah, Tony had 2 weddings that he had to be at, and so you know what I mean. We apologize for those issues, but we are back, and I'm actually kind of glad that we got back at a time like this, because now that we have had time to watch the entire finals and get that behind us, we have a total view of what it was that happened. And so most of the show is going to be about the finals. But before we do that, we got a shout out to the Georgia Cobras. They're going to be playing in the conference championship tomorrow.
Which is Saturday.
It'll be Saturday, June the 15th. Yes. This might come out on the 15th, but the Cobras will be playing in that game. So good luck to them boys, Ivy, J Boog,
all them boys.
All y'all boys. We done been through that before.
The Cobras against who they playing?
It don't matter who they playing.
It don't matter. But we gonna run through them. I'm not really running. I feel some way by saying running. We don't talk about that still. But we gonna run through them. They are a lot of predictions are having us losing tomorrow.
Yeah, I seen one that y'all losing 30 to 15.
Yeah, they're saying the base that we can't do nothing, even though we've been putting up damn near 40 points a game. Now all of a sudden we just gonna fall short.
What it is that I think the team that they're playing has a defensive end or something like that who's supposed to be one of the better defensive linemen in the league, and they really underestimate the Cobras line, and they try and make it seem like this man's gonna dominate all game long and stuff like that. But it
ain't gonna happen. I feel that I'm confident that we will do it, because once we do that, we go to the championship game, and once we go to the championship game, and I'm gonna get a ring. And I'm gonna rock that one.
I'm trying to tell you, that thing gonna be.
I'm talking about just be everything, just you know what I'm saying. But shout out to my boys tomorrow, which is June the 15th. If y'all wanna go check them out, it surely will be out in Monticello. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do his magical editing stuff, and you're gonna see it pop up somewhere around in here area or there.
Yeah, I think they got a flyer or something like that.
Yeah, they got a flyer.
I'll try to put it on there.
Yeah, check out our Facebook, YouTube, and all the good pages. It's definitely on there. Once again, we do miss y'all. We have been gone, but we are back. There have been quite a few people that have asked for us to come back. Even my mom has been like, hey, bro, so...
Yo, I got into an argument with your mama on Facebook.
Didn't you know that's my mom? You gotta check her.
I seen the last name. I was like, oh, she's somebody related to Tony.
That's because she called you a sidekick, and I was like, whoa, wait, it's not a sidekick. Like, we are literally like...
Oh, no, I ain't have no problem with her calling me a sidekick. Don't worry, mama. I'll get you right, too.
Shout out to my mom, Carmen.
Shout out, because she supports everything, man. We definitely love moms, man.
Yeah, so we finna hop on into this thing. We're gonna talk about this finals.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the Toronto Curly Tail Lizards. I'm a Laker fan, so it don't matter to me.
Man.
You know me. Yeah. Everyone asks me, "Tell me who going for in the finals?" Lakers, but they're not Lakers. That's Lakers. That's what I'm going for. I don't care about if anybody else win. I'm just gonna see it down the middle. I'm gonna call both sides how I look at it. If you don't like how I look at it, put some glasses on, because I sees the truth.
The TURF.
TURFFS. Truth.
Well, we're gonna make you out to a lot today. So go ahead and tell me what your overarching thing was from the
I posted on there on Facebook, and for some reason people I don't see how they don't see the similarity in it on how my thing was that Golden State won their first title in similar fashion to the same way Toronto won their first title. And when I say similar fashion is injuries played a huge part.
Okay.
And injury played a huge part. Remember, Kyrie went down.
Yeah.
Kevin Love went down.
Right.
The big three of Cleveland went down to just LeBron and Dellavedova and whoever. Yeah. Same thing with Golden State. KD went down. Clay went down. And they went down with damn near career injuries. Damn near. Like, I didn't even know. When I saw you saw Clay's knee twist yesterday?
Bro. Oh my God, bro. I was in Buffalo Wild Wings watching it. Like I had to stop eating my food.
But you know what? That's why, Clay, you have the heart of a Laker. Just like when Kobe.
A Laker?
Because when Kobe tore his Achilles, he walked back on the court, made 2 free throws, and made it. Clay did. And they told Clay, "Hey, if you don't come back, I made the free throws. You can't come back in the game." He was like, "No, look, my Lord light skin is back on the court," and he walked his beige self right back out there, made the 2 free throws, even tried to get back on defense.
Yeah,
and they called him out. I'm sorry, but that's definitely similar fashion to me. You can there's a big three on each team. The Cleveland had a big three. I don't consider Draymond a threat. I just don't. I really don't. He's a defensive threat.
Keep that put a pin in that. We'll get back to that.
He's a defensive threat.
Okay.
But when you talk big three, like to where you have to actually guard, they was not guarding him at the 3-point line at all the whole series. Not at all. They played him the way people play Rondo when it comes to jump shooting.
They play Ben Simmons.
There you go. They play Draymond Green
Free
the
throw
same
line
way
down.
as that's it. Now, because if it's not on the fast break, if it's not in the transition, honestly, Draymond is almost obsolete. He's good on defense. He's great on defense. But when it comes to an offensive set, you don't have to guard Draymond. Like they proved that. Like you don't have to. You get a couple scraps, a couple tip ins. So that's what I said. Yes, Toronto. Congratulations to them. No hate, because once again I'm a Laker fan, so I don't give 2 shits who wins. But yes, they won in similar fashion too. Because I guarantee you, or this one dude I know, he'll say it like this: I guarantee you, I guaranteed you that if Golden State was healthy, I'd give Toronto 1 with a healthy KD. Healthy Clay and a healthy Steph, I'd give Toronto 1 game.
Okay, so I gave Toronto 1 game with a healthy Clay and a healthy Steph. Like, without KD. Before entering the series, I picked Golden State in 5. Here's the thing that you just did, and I'm glad that you did it like that. This entire series, even though Toronto won it, every point that has been made about this finals has been about Golden State.
Yeah.
Nobody has looked at what Toronto did. And this is what makes me believe that nobody truly believes that this is an accomplishment for Toronto. No, you can't, because of, like you stated, the injuries decimated Golden State.
I mean, and it unfathomable injury, like stuff that the basketball gods, like God is not a Warriors fan.
No, he cannot be.
He can't.
He hates light-skinned people. He hates light-skinned people, bro.
Oh man.
So to your original point about the similarities between the 2019 Golden State Warriors and the 2015 Cavaliers. Here's what separates that. Everybody views those Cavalier championships as one man versus an entire team. So they say Golden State beat LeBron. They ain't say Golden State beat the Cavs. They say Golden State beat LeBron. Because essentially it was LeBron and a bunch of nobodies out there versus... When they talk about this championship, they keep saying Toronto Raptors beat the Warriors. They did not beat the Warriors because they never played the Warriors. Nope. Not one game in this series did they play the Warriors, bro. They played Steph.
And Clay, a couple games. Clay missed 2.
Yeah, Clay missed. He missed 1.5. But it's kind of like you play one, actually, you get injured in that game.
Because he got injured in the second half of one game, missed the entire game, and then missed yesterday. So it's really essentially 2 games.
Exactly, and that's the point that is being missed in all of this.
What people don't realize, Clay was lighting them up last night.
Clay had 30.
He had 30 when he left in the third. He left early in the third quarter and had 30.
Clay had 30 points.
I looked at it, bro. He was like 8 or 12 from the field, and he was like 4 or 6 from 3. Murking him.
He's a monster, bro.
Murking him.
He is a monster. And the thing about it is, like, people, like, Steph, rightfully so, is going to receive a lot of criticism for his performance in the finals. I mean, forget the fact that he averaged more points than anybody else in the finals. He was the only person in the finals that averaged 30 points. But Steph didn't do what most people think he should have done. And I think that's, in a way, unfair to Steph Curry. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson they need each other.
Yes.
They greatly need each other. Klay couldn't lead a team to a championship without Steph. Steph can't lead a championship team without Klay. And that's the part that's being missed in this entire thing. It is that you cannot expect Steph Curry to do what LeBron James did by himself in the finals.
Well, it's because they're two completely different two players.
Thank you.
Two completely different. You have a pure shooter, a pure jump shooter against a goddamn running back, like fullback. Like it's totally different. Like everyone knows you live by the 3 dot. Your jump shot, whether you're playing AAU, high school, college, pro, your jump shot can be off. And when it's off, and that's all. If you're a jump shooter and your shot is off that night, you're out.
My thing is, like,
you're done.
This is what me and you part on Steph Curry. You limit Steph Curry to be a great shooter. and that's it. I think Steph Curry is a great basketball player. It's not just his shooting. His shooting is the way that he impacts the game the most. Okay. That's the way that he's.
So and when that's off, he
still can facilitate an offense. Except for the fact when Klay Thompson's not on the court, he has nobody to facilitate it to.
And
he had no help.
He had no. Iguodala was his second option. Andre Iguodala.
Come on, man.
That's his second option.
Come on, man. And I keep seeing the argument. Well, he had a former Finals MVP. Let's be honest about this. Andre Iguodala is the Finals MVP in title alone.
That's it.
That's it. He received that Finals MVP in that Finals for getting a triple-double averaged on his head by LeBron James.
These are facts.
That's why he has the Finals MVP.
He got Finals MVP and he averaged less than 20 points a game.
Come on, man.
And less than 20 points a game. I play into this. If, let's say, mid-90s, Utah Jazz play against the Bulls, and in the finals, Michael Jordan gets hurt. Do you
did Carmelo, John Stockton, and
Jeff Horner said
all of them got rings.
All of them got rings. But you got it against a depleted, let's say Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan get hurt in the finals, and they beat the Bulls. Everyone in their mama gonna say that. Did you really beat the Bulls? Did you really beat them when Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen got hurt?
No,
you didn't.
No. So you didn't beat Golden State, Toronto. You beat Steph Curry and a bunch of role players. That's the reality of this situation.
Yes.
And so I'm finna piss so many LeBron James fans off because they seem to want to discredit these injuries and they want to constantly reference the 2015 Cavaliers. LeBron had to do it. Well, then what about Steph? Why Steph couldn't do it? Here's what I got to say about that. If you guys want to discredit the injuries, then we're going to take injuries completely out of the equation. And I'm going to tell you like this. That means Kawhi Leonard beat a team that LeBron James couldn't beat. That eliminates y'all argument was said Jordan would have never beat them. What y'all saying? Jordan couldn't beat a team that Kawhi Leonard could beat?
Boy, you telling the truth?
I'm trying to tell you, man.
That boy speaking the truth. Preach.
I'm trying to tell you. Preach. I know how to ruffle your little feathers out here.
Riddle me this.
Man. Like for real. Like y'all can't sit up here and try and discredit the facts of what happened. No, I do not give no team no passes.
No.
Toronto won this.
Injuries are part of the game.
They are a part of the game.
But it's context.
Exactly.
There's context.
There is context behind everything.
Yes.
And some people choose to ignore context to try and justify their points.
Yeah, and it's a blatant thing. Like, there's no way a healthy Warriors team would have let those guys. Think about it. They was depleted and still took them wire to wire every game. Every game. So imagine if you had KD's 35, Klay's 25. So imagine that KD's 35, Klay's 25, and Steph's 30.
It's almost a sweep.
It'd have been a gentleman's sweep. That's what they say. One game. Now, once again, not taking anything from Kawhi. I heard something today. Nick Wright got a nose like Lois Griffin. I'm not a fan. Like his nose looked like half a sandwich, and they put it on his face.
He like, what's the dude? Phineas and Ferb.
Yes.
Yeah, he got a nose like Phineas and Ferb.
Nick Wright, for some reason, says now that Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the league, best player in the world.
Before this finals, it was Giannis Antetokounmpo for Nick Wright.
Yeah, it was Giannis. It's like, why are you discrediting KD? So because KD got hurt, now Kawhi is better because Kawhi beat KD's team when he wasn't playing?
Nick Wright is the typical LeBron James fan. He tries to paint the narrative surrounding whatever happened in order to elevate LeBron James.
Because he's like, okay, it literally went to, and his eyes went LeBron, for some reason skipped over KD, went to Giannis, and now it's Kawhi. But it's like, really?
It's because
right now, if you had a choice between Kawhi and KD, I'm taking.
I mean, right now I'm taking Kawhi because at least he has his Achilles, and to be honest with you, like we don't know what KD's going to be moving forward.
People honestly, and a lot of people saying that they're like, see what happened with Kobe's career after the Achilles.
Kobe was 90 years old by the time that.
Yes, because Kobe was 38 on a. Yeah, he was 38, and Kobe's body went through hell for his career.
Yeah, absolutely.
He went through hell. This is really KD's like he's having meniscus tear stuff like that. But it's his first real, and he's only at 29, 30.
He's 30 years old.
Yeah, he's right there in his prime. I think he's going to come back.
My thing about it is nobody is ever completely the same after they come back from an Achilles injury. Because you look at Boogie Cousins right now. Another fact that people want to just blow by. Boogie he's on the mend from an Achilles injury.
And a quad tear.
And he doesn't even remotely resemble the player that he was prior to injury.
He gained a lot of weight too.
Yeah, I mean that happens. But I think the part about KD's game, KD is a natural scorer.
Yeah.
So KD is a natural scorer. Yeah. So KD is a natural scorer. KD can score. He can shoot the ball with the best of them. He can shoot the ball with the best of them. So I don't believe that KD comes back and is completely irrelevant. No. KD's going to come back and can still average 20 plus in this league.
I saw a homeboy of mine posted that KD may not average 20 points in the league. What?
You're ridiculous.
Yeah, really? This is Kevin Durant. Like, the man is arguably the best, for the past 2-3 seasons depending, has been the best player in the league. How can you say he goes from that, he has an Achilles tear, and now he's going to average less than 20? I mean, he may not have that full explosiveness, but he's still a 7-footer that can shoot over anybody.
KD's game is more than just explosiveness, and that's the point. KD is one of the best scorers that we've seen in NBA history. Now, if LeBron tears his, I'm a Laker fan, so I'm not going to knock on wood. If LeBron tears his Achilles, his game will diminish a lot because it is based on explosiveness. His game is based on that first step getting to the basket. I think at this point in LeBron James' career, LeBron James can affect the game in so many different aspects. Like maybe his scoring would be affected by him blowing Achilles. But LeBron James as a passer is transcendent. He can still play point guard with no Achilles. Like, he ain't got to have no Achilles to play point guard.
Well, you kind of really don't, because to play point guard, you literally don't have to, but you're more vision then.
Yeah,
you're more vision.
And LeBron has
like I said, as far as scoring, LeBron's scoring
as far as overall game, yes, it will be severely impacted.
Because he's based on explosiveness. He's based on blowing. He's big and strong, based on blowing by you, get to the basket. Well, if that Achilles is torn, he can't blow by you now.
Absolutely not.
So, and his jumper is, and people really hate me when I say this. LeBron has a mediocre jumper.
But
maybe slightly above. Like, when you think shooter, you don't think LeBron.
No, you think best all around basketball player.
I give you like all around, yes, but
I've ever seen.
When you pick one thing like shooting, no, right. He's not better than Steph. He's not better than Clay. He's not better than KD. Like, he's as far as shooter.
Yeah, he's not a top tier shooter.
No,
he's improving in that aspect,
which you typically do through age. Because I can't, I'm not 19, 20 no more. I ain't 25. So I can't nobody do. Case in point, that's the difference between 8 Kobe and 24 Kobe. 24 Kobe's post game, that back to the basket, his jumper, mid range jumper, it was the best in the league.
This could go on for 40 minutes if I let you keep talking about Kobe Bryant.
I just talk about it and I'm just comparing jump shots.
Okay, so either way. But yeah, like just to say that you're right about Kobe Bryant in a sense, because he came into the league, he was an athletic freak. Yes. And then, as he got older, his game matured. He was still an athletic freak of nature in his older age. By the way, to your point, like, he was still
bang on you.
Yeah. Like we were watching, after we got finished recording the last episode, we were here for like another hour.
Oh, and I showed you that.
Yeah.
Yes, I showed. He never saw when Kobe Bryant dunked on Dwight Howard.
No.
And it was
disgusting.
Yes, it was funny.
But Kobe Bryant is a lot like that. Like, even after all the injuries and stuff, Kobe Bryant was still able to maintain. His game was able to grow so that he can impact it, still scoring in different ways.
Case in point, Dwayne Wade.
Absolutely. Wade's game evolved as he got older. It has to.
His knees were 197.
Yeah, he might have been 37. But
his knees 197.
Man, but see, this is also another thing that's been irritating my soul, bro. But it has to be. It speaks to how important this man is to the league. LeBron James didn't even make the playoffs.
No,
and he has been at the center of conversations surrounding this finals.
Well, he's the baby of the league. Like, he's the poster child of the league.
I don't know if he's the baby of the league. I think he's the bar though. Like, he's the bar for finals. I
would say more of. I think either him or Steph be the baby. More like a Steph. Everybody loves Steph.
No, everybody doesn't. Obviously, because of the vitriol that he's receiving after losing his finals.
Which makes it still doesn't make sense. People are like, how can you not see? To me, it's like clear and blatant. And like you said, to the majority, unfortunately, the LeBron fans, they just like, oh, it's like no, it's not. Like if you think with KD and Clay gone, there was no scores. Hell, half the people you didn't even know.
Bro, they played a box and one in the NBA. When Clay was on the court, they were playing a triangle and 2. I haven't seen an NBA team ever run a box and 1.
A box and 1, we learned that in middle school. We ran in middle school, bro.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Coniston Middle School in Palm Beach County, like in West Palm Beach, Florida, bro. We ran a box and 1. My boy Will can tell you this. We ran box and 1 in middle school.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, as an NBA defense,
that's like bringing the option. That's like when the Cowboys brought the option to the NFL.
The Dolphins bringing the Wildcat to the NFL. Like, come on, man. Like, you have to think. You have to think about this thing. You have to think about this thing in actual context. What you were watching was a team that knew that there was only one legitimate scoring option.
That's it.
On this floor.
That's it.
It was one.
You stop him, you win.
You win the game.
And you still didn't really stop him because he averaged 30. He averaged 30.
I mean, and yes, they were some of the smallest 30 points. Like Steph Curry.
Quiet 30, too.
Yeah, they were quiet 30-point games that this man was putting up.
Even Kawhi in the finals, Kawhi in the final nowhere near where he was in the conference finals.
Kawhi averaged 28, 9.8 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. Like, Kawhi Leonard's game didn't really jump off the screen to me at any point during this run. Except for that one 10-point run that he had. Yeah.
When I saw 29 points, I'm like, where? He averaged
from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was. Officiating played a hand in this series.
Sweet Jesus in the morning.
And it was like in the first, I think it was in the first 2 games. There was one game in particular, I think it was game 2. It was horribly officiating.
Yes, it was.
There were whistles all over the place.
For no reason.
Yes.
For no reason.
Yes, it was whistles all over that game.
Whistles last night for no reason.
Yes.
For no reason.
But they came at inopportune times for both teams. So it wasn't like the officiating was slanted towards any one team.
Yeah, it was on both sides.
It was on both sides that it was just horrendous.
To me, it's a bunch of makeup calls. Like, I missed that. I called a foul on that one. Don't worry, I got you, man. I got you. Tweet. See, hey. I got you. But yeah, so you got a horrible officiating. Then on top of that, the role players for Toronto played great.
Out of their mind.
Played out of their mind, out of their league, out of their contracts.
Out of their depth.
They played.
Pascal Siakam
was like last night. I don't know where he was balling.
Pascal Siakam averaged 19.8 points, 7.3 rebounds, 3.7 assists in this series.
That's amazing.
That's amazing for him.
Those numbers are better than what Andre Iguodala did, and he won Finals MVP.
Fred VanVleet.
Yeah. On Van Fleet. That's the only time you hear me say anything remotely close to that. Fred was on Van Fleet.
Yes, bro.
And he was
out of his mind.
Sharpshooting. Like he looked like he could, and he's beige. So it's like was he a splash cousin? Like was a splash
second cousin
last night? Because he had black hair. In that dirty brown.
Right. His dark.
He had that Beijing wave.
Yeah, that Darren Williams look going on.
So like Van Fleet. Shooting out his mind.
Amazing.
Marc Gasol making 3-pointers.
Marc Gasol actually really impressed me during this series because Marc Gasol played a whole lot better. I thought Golden State would be able to take him out of the series.
So did I.
I thought when they went to their little small ball lineup, they'd be able to take him out. But they couldn't get to him.
He played great defense. Like he would step out on them. He played great defense.
And
like
that is, I'm glad you made that point because what he did was something that Boogie couldn't do. Marc Gasol's pick and roll defense on Steph Curry is one of the major reasons why he couldn't get off the way he wanted to.
He couldn't. Like, because most big men when they see the guard, they don't attack him. They just sitting there like, man, I ain't going out there.
Right.
And 2, I ain't trying to get my ankles broke. So
But see, another thing is like Golden State's defense they switch everything.
Yes.
And so that was getting them killed. When they had Boogie out there on the floor, the way that Van Fleet and Kyle Lowry were able to get off, I hate Kyle Lowry, by the way.
I was going to bring that up. I'm glad you said something
I think he sucks. But they kept getting the switch on Boogie on those guards. And for a stretch of the game, Kyle Lowry and Van Fleet were taking Cousins to the woodshed.
Well, when he got a bad quad and they rebuilt Achilles, it's pretty easy.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But Boogie is by no means a defender. No, he's never been a great defender.
He's always been an offensive powerhouse.
Yes, and you don't want him in that situation
against the guard.
But there was literally no lineup that they could put on the floor to get him off of the court. They couldn't take him off the court.
No. If you think about it, Golden State, those 2 injuries to Clay and KD made Golden State human. Because when you have those 3, like when they're healthy, you have to double team somebody, triple probably. Like it's you have
can't
to,
though, but you can't.
But you're gonna have to.
You gotta try.
There is no way Golden State starting 5 against anybody else starting 5 in the NBA, 1-on-1, you're gonna sit there and let that happen because somebody's gonna go off.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna go off
for 47
easily.
Yeah,
especially against that Toronto team.
Yeah. Well, to Toronto's credit, I think going into the series, what I believed about Toronto is that Toronto, they might not have a LeBron James on their team, but I believe that the way that their team is constructed matched up better with Golden State than any of those previous iterations of the Cavaliers. And it was because of the length and defensive ability that they had on there. You had multiple people who you could have put on KD if he had played. You had multiple people that you could have put on Clay if he had played. And you had multiple people who you could have put on Steph. You think about Kyle Lowry, he's an above average defender. You think about Van Fleet. Van Fleet is a great defender. You think about Pascal Siakam, great defender. Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard, great defender. Marc Gasol, he's a good defender who you could put down, who you could put on Boogie and at least manage him. Yeah, and even though he didn't play, they have somebody like OG Anunoby on the bench who would have been able to, at least come in and give them something if he hadn't have been hurt. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, like, their team makeup was enough so that they could have length on all of those shooters and at least impact them.
God don't like Golden State. That's just what that boils down to.
No.
Because even with everyone you just named, I would still pick Golden State.
In 5.
Exactly.
In 5.
In 5.
But they at least had the ability to make it tough on them.
When we talk about how everything had to line up great, Kyle Lowry had the best. Last night was his best game of his postseason career.
Of his entire career.
His entire postseason career. And
his entire NBA career, not just postseason.
Because he was, once again,
he scored like that first 12 points.
At halftime, he had 21, 22 at half.
And he had 26 at the end of the game. So he regressed. He went right back
to normal Kyle Lowry.
But even still, like, Kyle Lowry to me is a player, he's in the same vein as DeMar DeRozan. I never picked him to be an elite anything.
I like DeMar.
I like DeMar DeRozan, but he ain't elite at nothing. He ain't elite at anything. Least of all, clutch. He's depleted of elite in the clutch.
I don't know. He's DeMar is.
He's a choke artist. Yeah.
I think his brace is too tight. That's probably what it is. What's going around the league is that there's 2 stories right now. Literally 2 stories. 2 stories is, one story is, they told him it was a calf strain and you can't injure it anymore. You just aggravate it. It's all based upon pain tolerance.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what all of us hear.
Yeah.
Then there's this other story is that they told KD it's a tear in the Achilles, but we're going to tell everyone it's a calf injury to protect you in free agency. So in the sense that KD knew. Okay, so in scenario number 1 that you just named,
I put the blame square on the organization.
Yes, 100%.
Scenario number 1, the blame is on the organization for lying to this man about what the severity of his injury was.
Because that's a misdiagnosis, malpractice, whatever you want to call it. But in scenario number 2,
that falls solely on the shoulders of KD.
Solely on KD.
And I honestly believe that you're a player, bro. You know your body. You have to listen to your own body.
Well, he seemed shoot arounds, and he did that little crazy dance he do. He did that in the hallway.
That's different than going out there trying to play in the NBA Finals. Anybody can do a little 1-2 shuffle. Like,
step 2.
Yeah, ain't nobody step 2.
Hook boogie.
Yeah, like that. Ain't nobody out there trying to guard you when you're doing that.
You right. But those are the 2 stories. Now, and if it is the latter, if it's that second story, yes, you blame KD, but I can't blame him as an athlete. Like he's an athlete, and it's the finals, and you know for a fact. Because think about it, when he was back, he had 11, 12 points in the first quarter.
He had 11 points in 12 minutes.
12 minutes. The man was balling.
He went 3 for 3 from the 3 point. He made it instantly clear that even if I got a torn Achilles,
I have a torn Achilles. I'm still better than everybody else.
I'm better than all y'all.
I'm better than all y'all. And then when you see that and everything started going, it started flowing. Hell, I'm thinking I'm good. Next thing you know, pop. Help me, please help me.
My leg. My knee. The Achilles.
Like it's like when it happened. Like everyone saw the video as soon as it happened. You see it rupture, and it got out of his leg. That was
man. That video broke my heart.
It did. Like I instantly wanted to hit up my boy Tay. Shout out to my dog Tay Bennett, old Eddie Kane Jr. because he did the same thing. He even said that's what happened. Like Tay caught the ball, was running, and he felt something. He's almost like somebody kicked him.
That's what they said.
He looked back and wasn't nobody behind him. He just dropped the ball. K did the same thing. He looked back and hey, here you go, dog.
Nah, y'all got it.
Y'all got it. If KD right now, if I'm an owner, we all know KD has a torn Achilles.
Yes, and he's not going to play next year.
Here's your question.
Supermax. I already knew where you were going.
Yeah,
Supermax.
I still do it with a torn Achilles.
I have to do it because it's my fault. I let him go out there knowing full well what the possibilities were.
But what if it's the latter situation?
Even if it was the latter situation, I allowed him to go out there as an organization. If we all know that this man could do his Achilles, at what point do we say we're going to do what's in the best interest of the player, and not our organization?
So here's the question. You're not the owner of Golden State. You're a different team owner.
Supermax.
You still doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
This is Kevin Durant we're talking about here. No Achilles, Kevin. Like as far as like, let's take our teams for example. Yeah. The Miami Heat,
Lakers.
I'd pay him 2 Supermaxes to come play for Miami. What? You could take everybody's salary.
That's my motto for the Lakers right now because we're in the trade talks of AD.
I mean, it's a one-man race at this point.
Yeah, but my motto for the offseason for free agency for the Lakers, trade everybody. Everybody for sale. Get everybody. Keep LeBron and everybody else. And I'm not saying keep LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan. He's because of his worth. It's just let's
call it what it is.
Let's call it a spade.
He's worth 4 or 5 players on your team.
He's worth easily. Trade everybody.
Yeah, okay. So one of the stories that's coming out about that trade in particular, I wanted to get back to the finals. I had a point to make, but I forgot it once you started talking about this because now my mind's on this.
Yes.
So one of the things that's come out about this trade is that Kyle Kuzma, they're making him pretty much untouchable in this trade. They're saying they're willing to give up everything, but they definitely want to keep Kyle Kuzma for this roster.
Well, it's a choice between Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram, and I take Kuzma 2 times on Sunday.
No, it's not a choice between Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. Both of y'all can go. Bye. Bye.
That's the whole part of the negotiation. Like, yes, they at the end of the day, they would give him up, but they're trying to keep something to make it seem like they won. I'm just saying.
Why are you even like? At this point, what are you doing?
There's two teams that's trying to wheel their way into that.
Okay.
One is Washington with Bradley Beal. The Pelicans want to get Bradley Beal in a 3-team trade with the Lakers, Pelicans, and Wizards. And now it's been reported. I sound like I'm really doing something.
Tell you need a suit and tie.
Now it's been reported that the Chicago Bulls are trying to wean their way in there, but they don't have anybody.
No, I was about to say you need assets to be in this race. Bradley Beal is an asset to both the Lakers and the Pelicans at this point.
Bradley Beal would work perfect with LeBron and KD, with LeBron and AD because he's a shooter.
He would also work very well with Zion and Lonzo Ball.
Yes,
I think Lonzo Ball is going to be one of the keys to this because to see who wins or loses this trade. Because let's just be honest, if y'all trade for KD, then the expectation is going to be championship. AD, I'm sorry.
If y'all trade for KD, boy, sweet Jesus in the morning.
Oh my God!
But you couldn't tell me nothing. I will paint my body purple and gold. I will paint the Charger purple and gold. I paint my babies purple and gold.
We going to the ship. Yeah. So you got any shout outs for this week, Tony?
Of course I got a few shout outs. Shout out to Polo.
Man.
Got to keep the horse on me. But no, shout out to the Georgia Cobras. We got a game tomorrow on June 15th. I'm hoping and praying. I got faith in my boys. I'm going to be at the game. We both going to be at the game.
Yeah.
I got faith in my boys. We're going to do it tomorrow.
Me too.
Shout out to my boy Dio. I was with Dio. Dario Odom. He just had a battle not too long ago. I'm going to forward it to you.
Please do.
Oh my God, it was nasty.
Bro, listen, the boy Dio is nasty.
Bro, he did butter so
highlights
bad.
on.
Yeah, he did butter so bad in 3 rounds. He did butter so bad in the 3rd round. He just started saying stuff that just didn't make any sense. Like dude was just off. Like Dio put it on. It was bad, and that's who I was with in the way. Me and him with Bruce.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah, that's my dog. Yeah. Shout out to my babies. Of course, my baby Addie, who is 4. Should be 5 next month. Actually, should be 5 in July.
Happy birthday, Addie! I'm probably going to do this again. So
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
tell you
pretty
what
sure we're gonna do
birthday
this again. And Ashley, Ashley is 11, going to be 12, and going to 6th grade. So I got a 6th grade on.
Congratulations!
Once again, everybody, we really just appreciate y'all. And I know I'm sounding very professional right now, and I don't know why. Because normally I'm the hype one of the other thing, but I'm in my royal.
It's because you was talking about according to the reports out here. You get good at this thing.
I feel real good. Next time I can see me in a shirt and tie.
Man, looking like Shannon Sharp up here. Ski. Yeah, so for my shout outs, I'm going to copy Tony. I'm going to shout out my boy Dio. Appreciate you for allowing us to use your song, bro. It is a jam, bro. I love it. I want to shout out my daughter who's upstairs, been getting on my nerves since she's been here all summer.
Keep doing it.
So shout out Boo Boo. And I also want to shout out Tony. This is something that ain't got nothing to do with sports. And I'm not going to give y'all all the info in my life. But I called on this man twice this week to help me with some real life issues, and my boy came through both times. So Tony, bro, I really appreciate you, man. You a real guy. Like, this is more than just sports. This is my friend, bro.
Yes, like, this is a guy that let me call my friend. Like,
yeah, that is my friend. You know what I mean? So this is more than that. So shout out to Tony and all that kind of stuff. So
I got some help from Ashley though.
Shout out to Ashley.
Ashley Scott,
the real MVP.
Yeah, I got it. It was a
collaborative effort.
It was a collaborative effort. Like,
but yeah,
he called on me, I called on her,
and they both helped me out big time. So I really appreciate you, Ashley. Thank you for everything that you guys have done for me and my family. And yeah, that's it.
I've been on the game, Nintendo.